The Overlook at Paynes Prairie Preserve. Yeah, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but it's got its moments. So the purpose of my YouTube channel was always to kind of discover those hidden gems. I always look for things that are, kind of off the beaten path. They're especially attractive when they're free. And this is an example of one of those instances. Now, the Paynes Prairie State Preserve does have an admission fee, and I kind of skipped that part of it. Whereas this is the overlook that is part of that state preserve, but it's located basically in the middle of Highway 441 and near Gainesville, Florida. So this was suggested to me because I know a lot of nature watchers and bird watchers that really love the Paynes Prairie, and they come out here all the time. And I can see what they're talking about. There's a lot of wildlife here. There's this overlook boardwalk that really walks pretty far out into the marshy areas, and you get some really remarkable views. I had brought along my digital SLR to take some amazing still photos, and despite the weather being kind of lousy, I still ended up with some amazing photographs. So there's some really amazing landscapes and beautiful vantage points that you can get on this dock. I saw all kinds of wildlife while I was out here. Whether it's fish or birds or alligators. If you are trying to take some nature photography and you don't want to rent a boat, you just want to get, out there to where the animals are, then this is probably the place to come. And there's a lot of people who also, come out here to even meditate. I saw somebody with a yoga mat, even in the raindrops. She was actually kind of stretching out, like at the edge of the water at the end of the dock. So there's plenty of reasons to come out here. I was en route to the Museum of Natural History in Gainesville, so I stopped when I remembered talking about this place, and I wasn't disappointed. It really is a pretty scenic area, and I get why they built this particular overlook. Is this something I would drive to do by itself? No. I would definitely get kind of bored if this was the only thing that I was doing that particular day. But if you're already in the area for the nearby state preserve and maybe camping or hiking at that Paynes Prairie, this is something you definitely need to add to that itinerary, because like I said, this is really amazing out here. And definitely I spent about an hour taking some photos, and then I moved on. So what's the bottom line for the overlook at Paynes Prairie? Well, Florida has a lot of scenic highways, but most of the time it's over on the coast. This is one of the rare exceptions where you actually see something amazing inland. So if you're taking a road trip and you're headed through Gainesville, as I mentioned earlier, this is a freebie, so this is definitely worth a stop. And if you're trying to take a pit stop on 441, this is an ideal location for that. Although keep in mind, it's just for stretching your legs. There's no restrooms here at the overlook. But the bottom line for me, this is one of the hidden gems of Gainesville.